Hey, so I just got a question on YouTube about bidding big jobs like this one, stuff like that. That's not that big of a job, but like really, really big jobs. And I might as well just, it's a good question because I've been meaning to make a video on that, so I might as well do it now. Okay, so when you are trying to get a good spot where it's not windy, sunset, and all the newbie tarts are taking pictures with the camera lens. See how my skin looks right now? That's where the camera's supposed to be facing. You're not supposed to take pictures with the sun in the background. Everyone's taking selfies with the sun in the background, trying to own the moment. See all those tarts up there? Okay, real quick. So let's just get right to the point. If you're bidding a really big job, let's just start here real quick. Step one, pretend you're at a one-story house and it's the easiest job in the world. Okay, there's nothing on the windows, and your count. How much do you charge for an exterior window on a house? That's how you bid a commercial job. Now you don't bid window for window, so I do a thing called window count. So a window count is if there's a one piece of glass that's like 3 stories, 4 stories off the ground, that's like half the wall of the building, I would give that probably maybe a 6 window count or a 3 window count. Or if it's a small window and it's going to take exactly as long, the same time with a water fed pole as it'll take me to clean an exterior home, it'll probably be a 1 window count. So never look at a whole job and think that it's going to be something like special, like that you should charge different, like you should charge more or undercut people. Just charge it what you wanna, the rate you wanna make it. So basically what I'm saying is you're looking at a whole wall of windows, and let's say there's a whole 100 on one side of a building. Just count individual windows, okay? And look at them and consider, is this a 1 window count or is this a 2 window count? Sometimes there's one small piece of glass, you could do a half window count. And just be like tunnel vision, look right at the windows and don't get intimidated by the whole thing and think, I'm gonna be a millionaire after this job. You could do this massive building and it might be like $1,000 or $900 because you're really just doing like really fast work. And your competitors, they do that too. They're gonna price it for ease. They're not gonna look at the whole building and be impressed and then somehow be a competitor at all. The reason guys get big jobs is because they do them for a pretty good price, okay? Pretty low price. And realize that just because you're doing this really big building, the person you're giving an estimate to, they have a job, okay? The 9-to-5 job. They're not some billionaire looking to give you a deal or turn you into a millionaire. So just take a huge place. Don't look at the overall scope of it. Don't look at its location or anything. Look at the window count. Like, look at each individual window and think, what is my window count on this? Am I gonna count that as 1 window, 2 windows? And just go through it and write them down and write your window count, okay? Some windows will count as 1, some windows will count as 2, some windows will count as half. Write your window count, then after the job, kind of walk the job and just kind of get an overall feel. How long is this really gonna take us? How long would it take me to set up? How long would it take me to do this? And just make sure you're competitive, because you realize you get a big job like this, you're at one location for like a week. That's one thing a lot of people don't take into consideration is you could sit right here and your crew can get like cruising and they'll work so much faster because it's repetitive work and it's predictable and it's commercial. Really big job, it's probably worth 5 houses, 6 houses, 7 houses. Some of the buildings I'm doing right now are worth, you know, maybe 50, 60 houses. I think so, something like that. Okay, maybe more like 10 or 15. So they're worth a lot of houses, and you get to sit in that one location the whole time, okay? So sometimes after I give my window count, I go to my calculator and I do times 5. Then I do times 10. I mean, times 5. Then I do, this is kind of low. How about times 6 just to see? Okay, back up, times 5. Could I do it times 4.5? Could I get away with, you know, could I get away with like 900 a day doing this job at 4.5? That's a pretty good, you know, that's very competitive. You got to realize the next year, if you do a good job, they're telling their friends and they're coming back again. That's like capturing 16 homes in one setting that's going to come back either twice a year or every year, okay? So get your price right, but you got to micromanage the prices. Look at each, itemize them, look at each one of them, okay? And something you'll consider at the beginning is this a water-fed pole job, a repelling job, a boom job, or whatever kind of job there is, water-fed pole pretty much. So consider each one, and then you got to put the price according to that, obviously. I obviously won't publicize what I charge for boom work per window count, quote unquote, or water-fed pole or repelling. If I'm repelling, which I usually just don't even do that work anymore, it's not worth it because I have to literally do it every time pretty much. So 1, don't be intimidated by the job. 2, find a window count. And 3, price it accordingly. And then of course 4, walk the building, and you'll get an overall feel of the building and the property managers, and you'll say, I really don't want to deal with these people. I'm putting it up $0.25 a window or $1 a window. Or I really, really want this job. I absolutely, there's one job contract we got this year. It was really good, and I put it way under, and I still love the contract because I love the location. I love the fact that I'm never there. I don't have to maintain any of the windows practically. They're very easy for my kids to do, and I really, really wanted it, and I absolutely did not want to lose it. So I just bid it, made them an offer they couldn't refuse barely, and it's panned out. It's what I wanted. So anyway, hopefully that helps, guys. Thanks. And feel free to leave any comments if I forgot anything, which before I end the video, I'll think real quick. Oh yeah, I did forget one thing. There's some cool surfer chick. My wife will be mad, but she's like catching all these waves, and she's like right close to shore. So I'll let you guys watch that for a second. That may have been a dude though, okay? I'm just kidding. Out here, it's like everybody grows their hair out. That was a chick, I think.